So today I'm going to be thinking about installing this vintage block into this Squier Affinity Stratocaster. So it should fit in, but there are some concerns that I have, and I may not install it. But first, let's take this apart and see what's inside now. So once we take this off, we can see that this cheap zinc block, which comes in just about every Squier, and it's functional, but it has a kind of unpleasant sound compared to the thick ones like this, which are made of steel. So this is a composite metal made mostly of zinc, and anything that comes in contact with string is going to affect your tone. So replacing this with a thicker block will definitely improve the sound. My primary concern is that this guitar is only about 1.5 inches thick at thickest point, as opposed to, say, a Mexican Stratocaster or an American one, which is a little thicker and it's about 1.75 inches. Let's see how thick this is. Yep, this comes to about 1.75 inches. Maybe 2 inches if you include the part up top. So let's open this up and we'll take a better look. So it definitely feels more impressive in your hands. This is a real vintage Fender block. This is not to be confused with the Callahan block, which is about $65 just for the block, not even the bridge assembly. And it's not to be confused with the GFS one either, which is probably slightly lower in quality, but probably just as inexpensive. This I paid $23 for, so that was pretty fair. But the question is, will it fit? Well, it'll probably fit on the top just fine, but my worry is that it's going to stick out the bottom pretty significantly, so I have to think about whether or not we really want to install this. Another thing to note about these is that the saddles are stamped with Fender, and they are vintage style saddles, which are probably slightly superior to the ones that come on the Squier. So now that I have it out of the packaging, I can see a little bit more clearly that the block is about just a little over 1 3/4. So it is going to stick out pretty significantly out of the back, so which means that I won't be able to have the plate on it. Now that might not be too much of a problem if you're really just concerned with sound and not with looks, but I'm trying to go for an overall appeal here. It's just a Squier, and I don't play it too much for sound quality, so I'm just trying to make it play as well as it possibly can. So for now, I think I'm going to hold off on installing this, but I don't regret buying it because it's a clear upgrade over what is in most Mexican Stratocasters. I already have the Callahan bridge on my Mexican Standard, so I don't need to upgrade that one. But if I get another guitar in the future, this will definitely come in handy. So I'm going to hold on to this. Good deal for $23 though.